Molodoy to FURIA has proven to be one of the best moves, maybe of all time in Counter-Strike. But I'm here to talk to you and ask, what is the worst roster move in Counter-Strike history?
Device to NIP.
I mean, who is that worst for, Device or NIP?
For both,
Amelia Holt.
right? Yeah. Well, good for her probably, but it could have been everything. It could have been awesome. It could have made NIP a serious threat. And I just don't think careers have recovered since. You can notice all you want, but I do think that had it worked out, had they got brought on a little bit earlier as well, that team could have been really, really good. And we'll never get to see it because it died.
I do feel like the real answer is probably putting every move Cloud9 made for about 18 months after winning the major onto a dartboard and just throwing a dart at it and seeing where you land.
Finesse.
Because no, but there's so many though.
Yeah,
There is. There are
it's
some horrendous.
It's a little bit
ones,
like Liquid, kind of in the last, like when they first lost to Liege, the sort of Patsu Rainmaker era. They were interesting.
Rainmaker,
Liquid
Patsy
Shocks.
Liquid Shocks is bad.
That was
know,
really bad.
You want to know a low-key bad one that really flies under the radar? When Outsiders won the major and then cut Norbert for Chiron.
Yeah.
Like they were okay. You can say like they didn't deserve to win the major. They were like 5th or 6th in the world, and they cut like Norbert for Chiron and were just rubbish.
And Norbert did have a pretty good major as well, which is,
yeah.
Hear me out.
It's a good
Hear
point.
me out.
I'm hearing.
FaZe signing Jacob.
It's not been good. It has not been good. What about FaZe signing BMAS? That was pretty
FaZe
cool.
signing Cold Zero, I think.
FaZe Cold Zero.
Yeah, that's bad.
That sucks some major dick.
Complexity
bad.
Cold Zero, also bad.
Yeah.
Complexity
something like
JKS.
Complexity Poison, where they just threw him under a bus and said he didn't practice, or paying him
Wow,
like
I
paying
think
him
that
a
was
fortune.
his. Yeah, I think he did cause that himself by not practicing.
Fnatic
Yeah.
to Casmo.
Oh, topical.
The downfall of
Very topical.
Fnatic.
Well,
Yes.
there is a correct answer to this, and that is, I think this week it was confirmed Boros has gone back to GG How, and this isn't necessarily the worst move for GG How, although it's probably not ideal. It's a terrible move for Boros, who not long ago bought himself out of his contract at GG How and has now crawled back to them with his tail between his legs. He
I
bought
like to
himself
think that
out.
whatever he had left from his Falcons money went into this buyout.
No, Jack.
Okay, maybe not every lad.
That went on
His last
hookers
one.
long ago. Like, let's not fuck about here.
I'm
Well, I
saying
was
what he
going
had
to say
left.
what he earned from Falcons is a drop in the ocean. Like he could use 1% of his Falcons money,
He
and
couldn't
that
have been
would
on
be
good
that
money,
would buy him out
surely.
of this contract 40 times. Yeah, but like, do you think GG How are paying him much?
Well,
No,
he
but
went
I
to
don't
Falcons, but he went to Falcons after the Paris major.
He
He
was on a
probably
bad
was
Falcons,
on
right?
an okay amount.
He'd have been on money.
Yeah, but he was meant to
It's
be like,
more the fact that he's shit though.
oh, he's fucking wank. He is terrible.
Love
Because he was a
Boris.
Monty,
Love
Monty, wasn't he,
Boris.
at Paris? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Because
is
then
already
they signed
fucking
Bro to replace him.
freaky teams, man.
They
Anyway,
signed
yeah,
Bro
this
to
is an
replace
awful
him. It's
move.
like low-key pretty good. Yeah, this is the worst move of all time from a player perspective. I've never
Honestly.
seen anything like this. This is
Awful
amazing.
business.
He has spent money to take time off.
It's like
That's what he's done.
having a player manager career in FIFA.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of jamming you do for yourself. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, I teased it in the intro a little bit. That's enough about Boros, to be quite honest. I don't want to talk about GG How ever again. So we'll go back to one of the best Rust moves of all time. We'll talk about what happened at Blast Rivals in Hong Kong.
Check that cock.
Is
Doesn't
Molodoy... What? Where do you put Molodoy in terms of best players in the world now?
He's definitely Rookie of the Year.
He's
without
definitely
a
Rookie
doubt.
of the Year, and he's almost certainly the 4th best AWPer in the world? Question mark? Like, he's
I'm going to do it from my head
He's
without
very-
looking at other
he's
players.
very close.
I think... I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay,
but in
Jack,
the script
Jack,
I'm
Jack.
writing... Okay,
Wait.
go ahead.
Do AWPer first. Where do you put him in AWPers? And then do players.
Okay, so relevant. In the script I'm writing, I do say he's the 2nd best AWPer whose name starts with an M, but he keeps beating that other guy, which he does. So
yeah.
Well,
he's
he does
kind
have...
of better than Monacy.
That might also be because he literally has the best stats of AWP versus AWP.
Yeah,
this year.
there's that too. He's a better AWPer than ZywOo, okay? Because ZywOo is kind of hybrid, right? I would say. It's probably only Monacy and Shira that can compete with him, and he's had the better of Monacy several times. So
I'm not convinced he's a better AWPer than ZywOo. He AWPs more than ZywOo.
Okay.
I'm not
I
convinced
think
he's
he's
better
better
than
AWPer than
ZywOo.
ZywOo. I
Okay,
think he
so
is.
Elliot,
If you think he's a better AWPer than ZywOo, you think he's the best AWPer in the world.
have you been on
I might do,
Molodoy's HLTV profile at all before asking this? Don't go on it.
No, I haven't.
Okay, because we did this before with a discussion with I think it was Torzy and Shiro we were talking about.
Yeah.
So past 3 months, all matches. What's Molodoy's rating?
1.26.
1.17.
Is that all?
Yeah. This is the thing, right? Molodoy is very good. When there's an AWP in his hand, he's extremely dangerous.
Okay. I see the point you're making.
There is a slight danger of overrating him, though, especially when FURIA very heavily rely on getting an AWP in his hands. And this is where, he'll never be close to ZywOo as a player, because ZywOo is putting up consistently better numbers with, like, an AWP half as often.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact he
Monacy
goes
also
for...
is an excellent rifler.
Yeah, that's the thing. Monacy's also a better rifler. I think Molodoy is helped by how flashy he is. I think he's helped by how many AWP v AWP duels he goes for. I think that helps on a narrative basis.
But
I think
sorry,
also,
that is a skill no other AWPer has.
Yeah.
Or not no other AWPer has, but other AWPers are struggling with at the moment. And that's actually, in some ways, is more pertinent to win. Like, if you can shut down Monacy and ZywOo consistently,
I mean, AWP v AWP
you are
duels-
more effective.
AWP
I know
v
AWP v
duels
AWP
have
duels
never
aren't
really
real.
been that much of a thing. Like,
No, I agree. But if
I
you can
really
shut
do.
them down. But like, he did shut down Monacy quite a bit in the final. Monacy was not as good in the final as he was in the other game.
his flashy confidence plays is very reminiscent of Prime Simple. It is. And there hasn't been an AWPer since Prime Simple that has the BDE, should we say, like that, I don't think, to
Sorry.
make these kind of crazy plays.
Can we go back a second?
Yeah.
What do you mean Monacy wasn't that good in the final, Elliot?
He did win the
I
MVP.
didn't- Yeah, I know, but I didn't think he was as good in the final as he was in the other game.
Monacy went 91 and 74 and had a 1.3 rating. He was the highest rated player in the final.
Yeah, but I don't know. Watching it, I didn't think he was quite as impactful purely because he just couldn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
No, he was
maybe
visibly very impactful. I think he might have been half asleep.
It's possible. What map?
Or half away.
I think it's because the map I started watching was Nuke, where he was actually quite poor. But then after that,
Yakinda just had
yeah,
the
and then
World Cup
after
game.
that, he was like
he had a 1-4-2 at the event as well. Like that is
yeah.
freakish.
So,
Yeah, no,
so this
Monacy's
is
incredible. Sorry,
so
I
this is the
was
thing.
thinking about Nuke.
Molodoy wasn't in the highest rated players at the event actually. He
No,
was not in
and-
top 8 players.
And this is the thing about Molodoy, right? Is that because of his style, it's hard to go a game where he doesn't look great. But Molodoy didn't look great in that nuke game either. Like, he really did not look good in that nuke map. It was only Train and Mirage where he actually came alive. And so whilst I think that maybe because of that style,
on upkill,
maybe you can put him in the top 3 AWPers. Like,
it's a style thing, right? It's what you like from your AWPer.
He's still, like,
winning.
It's harder to talk about when it comes to, like, players, though, right?
Yeah, it's much harder because, as you say, like, his main skill as an AWPer is being an anti-AWP AWPer, which is actually like a really old school thing. I remember Alu used to be praised a lot for this. It's like really old school. And Fallen as well, actually, was very good.
And this sort of like the combat open style, right? Less of the passive device shooter open of, like, you know, angle holding and just hitting the two, but actually being a bit brawlier, a bit flashier, like you said.
Yeah. With somebody like Shiro, even like Monacy, who's sort of learned to play this way with a little bit of flashy, like, they will always out-rating him. They will, like, Shiro will always have a higher rating every year than Molodoy. But Shiro will also not have those, like, he won't be as explosive as Molodoy. I don't think he would have won Train on his own in the way Molodoy. Not Train, sorry. Was it Train? Yeah, like, Molodoy was, like, everywhere on Train. And I don't think Shiro would have done it in quite the same way. But then Shiro will win you other maps in other ways and more consistently. But, like, I don't know. Like, there's a reason adding Molodoy to this team. Obviously, Molodoy and Yukinda. Obviously, adding Molodoy to this team completely changed the way they play. Like, they're just so much better with him in the team. Because they needed somebody to grab a game by the bollocks and just win it.
One of the intangible elements, though, is, like you're saying, right? The way they've had to restructure their team to accommodate him has also brought the best out of KSRR and Yuri. They can play their, like, half-look style, and their closing potential is just there. So on rounds where the impact's not there from Yukinda, from Fallen, and in Molodoy, you still got, like, KSRR is probably one of the best clutch players in the world, right? He's up there with Rops, I would say. It's just the team composition. I think, you know, it's like the best AWPer on a team that's not winning, right? Like Falcons don't win, but Monacy is obviously very, very good. Molodoy's not statistically as good as Monacy, but he's won 4 out of the 5 last events he's played at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, which it does.
You
have to ask the question. Yeah, you have to ask the question: is Molodoy having more impact than his numbers suggest, or is just the team composition more important? Which I know Sam is going to agree with.
Yeah,
I think it's both.
Definitely.
Okay,
for what it's worth. I also think it's really easy to underrate Furia's rifle firepower.
Yes,
as well.
Agreed.
Like, I know sometimes Yukinda will be further down the scoreboard because he takes a lot of opening duels that he might lose, or whatever, because he's just a naturally exceedingly aggressive player. I think he takes, like, was it like the second highest amount of opening duels in the top 10 or whatever?
I don't know what it is now. I know there was a point in time where he was averaging like 34% or something. I'm talking years ago.
He takes something like 30 or 31% now.
Which is insanely high.
But, like, Yukinda, man, some of his CT holds are ridiculous. Like, the timings he finds, like, even when he's doing, like, mid to late round aggression as well, like,
on nuke?
Was it just on any map? Like, there was one in the Chengdu final on the overpass CT pistol where he was outside long and has just decided to walk up it and then killed 2 or 3 from doing that. Like, there's all these aggressive moves that Yukinda makes that at the moment he's just making better than anyone else. And then KSRR and Yuri, maybe there was a little doubt about Yuri at a time.
Definitely there was.
But
Definitely there was.
They are
he's so much better now.
They are both exceptional riflers. like, especially Caesarato. And Fallen as well is by no means sandbagging, even when he's like doing it intentionally to support the other teammates. So I think when you do compare him to someone like Falcons, you can look at Nico, Kaiosuke, Kixan and TeSeS. I actually think it probably balances out.
Is Caesarato top 5 right player?
Right now, yes.
I think at his peak, yes, as well. Like there was a point.
Yeah, at his peak.
Do you remember remember before the Rio Major where he was legitimately like one of the best players in the world, and FURIA were awful. Like FURIA were like scraping like top 15 in the world, and Caesarato was on like a 1.3. Like he was absolutely insane. Like Caesarato is incredible. Yuri, like when FURIA were like burst onto the scene, it was Yuri Caesarato. That was Yuri Caesarato. That was all anyone talked about. Yuri went completely off the boil for a long, long time. Now in this team, I think as Jack mentioned, like the team structure has allowed Yuri to have a little bit more space where, like, in the sort of positions he wants and more passively, and he's a completely different player. He looks
they both
twice
play
as good.
Like extremity sides, so they're basically playing the identical role in terms of T side generally, just on the other side, different sides of the map, which is allowing them both to have the same potential impact, right?
Yeah, I think it is just part of the strength of this FURIA team is that, like, role for role, it might actually be the most, what's the word?
Well structured.
Most well structured, or most like
well balanced.
I want to say like idealistically structured.
Right.
If that makes sense to you guys,
I know
where
what
it's
you mean.
like
Yeah.
you've like, do you remember when going back to that like Patsy Rainmaker horrid liquid roster where it was like, okay, we've got 2 exceedingly aggressive players, 2 exceedingly passive players, and then OC just like being somewhat shit in the middle of it.
Yeah.
There's no part of that with this team. If
There's
someone needs to go,
gradient.
they go. If someone needs to chill, they chill. And like even your Kindar has his moments of like, all right, I'm gonna wait before I rip this fucker's head off. Where I actually do just think in that sense, like, at least in the way that, you know, I view a fucking Counter-Strike team should be put together, FURIA is just the perfect realisation of that.
Which is weird because nobody thought that when this team was made, right?
I think if you took the names and the faces away and you just had them as like blank avatars of how they played the game, I think you're right, Sam. Like, this is how a lot of people would ideally build a team.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Both allows them to thrive and shine, but it's also it also is the reason they do to a degree as well, right? It gives them space to perform, but also helps them perform.
Well, I think one of the more interesting parts about that as well is I did a interview for Blast with Yukindar just before Hong Kong, and he said then that, you know, when they formed the team, they based this new system on Vitality system, which makes sense because Vitality themselves are very structured and the roles are very defined compared to a lot of the top teams we've seen in the past few years, like especially if you look at Flames as like the shining example within that team. But I think, you know, a lot of teams would have been doing that and they just would have copied it. Like, what makes Vitality work? Let's just do that. I think FURIA genuinely did improve on it because it you know, I saw something earlier about how Apex averages like each flash or whatever fuck it is. He's the best
Like
flash stats.
over 3 seconds.
Over 3
enemies
seconds.
flash per round.
Yeah. I couldn't remember which
I saw
stat
it. It was like
exactly.
3.15 seconds enemies flash.
Was it
per
enemies
round.
flash per round? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Fallen is still getting impressive stats, but Fallen in this team is also more selfless than Apex is in Vitality.
100%.
And I think another
Vitality
thing
depends on Apex more getting kills and having impact.
Well, this is the thing, right? So, like, if you look at Mirage,
the expectation is there, I should say. Yeah.
If you look at Mirage CT side, what is the linchpin of that map on the CT side?
Connector.
Who plays there on Vitality?
Apex.
And this is the problem, right?
Fallen's anchoring, just so
Apex
we're aware, so
isn't a bad con player. He's actually quite good because the way he plays in con allows him to activate ROPS, ZywOo, and Flames on the A site. But there's a big difference where I can't remember exactly who plays there for fucking FURIA. I imagine it's TeSeS.
I think it's Yakinda. I think it's Yakinda for FURIA, isn't it?
I'm going to check it right now.
I think Queserato, I'm pretty sure, is an A anchor. Molodoy is obviously window. Think Yuri's sure.
Queserato's con.
Oh, he is? Okay. I thought
Queserato
Queserato's usually like the big site anchor. So
no, he did that for a time.
Zersh's in con for Mouse, and Svea's con. No, sorry, Donker's con, obviously, for Spirit. So it's normally your top rifler, right?
Yeah,
so being Apex is interesting.
So this is the thing. Well, I mean, there was a few.
Navi have Alexi there.
Alexi played con for a while. Shuey, I think,
still
also
does,
played. I think Shuey did play con on Mouse as well.
Yeah.
I think so.
So there's players who have done this, but I do just think that makes such a big difference, and I think it's probably something Vitality might also benefit from in the long run, because, and I think I put this in the deep dive, which will be out a few hours after this podcast comes out. I think I put it in there, and I know it's definitely in something that me and Jack have been working on. The difference in Fallen and Apex's roles are staggering. Like, Fallen is sacrificing pretty much everything for the team.
They share two roles, and I think they're both.
It was on the CT side, though, not T side, right?
Yeah, sorry, CT side, yeah. T side, it's even more extreme.
Yeah. And CT side, what was it? It was Overpass and Ancient, maybe, that they shared?
Just because it's worth having. They share B rotate on Overpass on CT, and B support on Inferno. So, yeah, not anchoring, but not exactly high impact spots either. But compared to like Fallen being a B anchor and Apex being the con player on Mirage. Apex plays outside on Nuke.
Yeah.
He plays Cave on Ancient as well, so yeah.
Like this is the thing. Like, I think when you look at that, you can see how FURIA are in really good form, but they are also a really, really good team. And you can look at the firepower of Falcons or like the two players who actually know how to shoot things on Spirit right now. Although I seem to remember Tanir having a couple of good games in Hong Kong. And like the firepower on Vitality, whatever. There's a lot of firepower on this FURIA team, and it's also just built incredibly well. Like, they are the number one team in the world because they actually do deserve to be.
Yep.
And
I'd just like to say you used to be a big Yakinda hater, so it's nice to see you come around to the right side of history.
Well, I hated him when he was shit on Liquid. Or at least I hated watching him play.
Yakinda, your time on Liquid does not count. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Falcons. They were the other team in the grand final. They can't win an event.
No, but they are getting dangerously close now.
They are.
I think it will happen, right? It's just will it happen in Budapest?
Yeah. I still have some reservations. No, I'm just agreeing with you. I do have some reservations about the team, though. Like, I'm just not sure. Like, Nico has done the more passive things at points in his career. Why are we... Like, I know someone has to do it when these are the 5 players you have. But why are we bothering doing this with TeSeS? And I know he gets impact more than his rating suggests sometimes. But his ratings are not good. Like,
They're not. It's a real shame because I really like TeSeS. I think TeSeS is an absolutely fantastic Counter-Strike player, and it's just such a shame to see him reduced to like being like Sticko. Not even Sticko, being Taco.
Respect
Where he
Sticko.
actually,
Yeah, Taco.
yeah. He's like he's reduced to Taco. Like he's everyone's bitch, and it's so sad because he's so much better than this.
But he likes
Isn't
being
that
a
Amelia
bitch.
Holt?
He likes being like
Good from you.
a semi bitch. He likes being like
So
he likes being a role player. He doesn't like being like
Well, this is
under the foot. He doesn't
this is
want to
the
be
thing,
like
he likes being a bitch player, but this is the wrong type of bitch player.
yes, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
And it is ultimately just going to doom him on the roster. Like, I think maybe I said it on the podcast last week. Bit 2 Falcons in
It
brackets
fixes
or
it.
whoever
It fixes
else
so much. So, yeah.
or whoever else replaces TeSeS is going to be the big roster move that happens in a month's time. That will be the big move of the winter. And it is a guarantee, and I think it's a guarantee even if they win Budapest. Because Falcons at this point are so ridiculously close. And they could get over the line with TeSeS. So what can they do with someone better than TeSeS?
Like the best TeSeS in the world.
Are we deciding that TeSeS prefers soft dom over hard dom? Yeah? Is that the stance?
He's on Falcons. He prefers fin dom. Very good. Thank you very much. There's like 15 teams that TeSeS could like reasonably go to.
Anyway,
he's
I'd
at
just
least
see him on
half
there,
of that.
honestly.
Do you know who?
Look, there's loads of teams that would be improved by TeSeS.
Do you know the first one I'd say that would be improved by
Because
TeSeS?
I've got an idea in my head.
Navi.
I have a feeling you could guess who I would say. FaZe. Get rid of
That's
Jacob,
exactly what I was going to
TeSeS
say.
in.
Exactly what I was going to say. FaZe TeSeS, I'm so on board.
I'm pretty sure, Elliot, if we were to go back to one of the first podcasts we did together this year, there will be a clip of one of me or you, or both of us, I don't know who brought it up, saying TeSeS is the long-term Rain replacement.
Interesting. I don't remember saying it.
I'm confident one of us would have said that.
But I love TeSeS, so I would have been on board. I don't think I would have said it, but I would have been on board. I think TeSeS is
maybe
so
I said it then, because like it's always been obvious that like the core they signed from Heroic was never going to survive. So at some point, TeSeS and Dexter had to go. Dexter's replacement was obvious. TeSeS is less so. And where do you put TeSeS after that? He's just Rain.
Maybe he is too good
he's
for
just
Nip.
Rain.
You're right.
No,
I kind of like Nip as well, though.
Nip could
Get
also
that shush.
If you bin off Udix and have him shush,
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
nice.
I
can't-
CYPHER as well.
I kind of like it. I'll be honest. Like that's what I
It
mean.
suits
He's
my-
such a good
my
plug and
agenda
play
massively,
player.
But yeah,
Like he's such a good plug and play player. You can put him on so many teams. I think he helps. Like I think he helps. I say he helps Liquid, but that's not really their problem. But like, obviously he helps Heroic. He helps
It's not his
Gamer
problem
Legion.
either.
Like when 100 Thieves sign Gamer Legion, they can just eventually kick one of them and bring in TeSeS. Then you've got Rain and TeSeS. You've got a nasty duo. Like he obviously improves any team outside of the top 20, even if they have to convert to English. Like Fnatic, he'd be amazing. Like he'd be so good on Fnatic.
I would love to see a pack of fucking TeSeS and Blamef.
Do you know what? I actually want from I want TeSeS to go to NA and just farm like a 1.6 rating for 3 months. Like because he's not been allowed to
and have fun.
Yeah. He's not allowed. He's been like so downtrodden on this team. Go do the Magisk thing where you just go to NA
He's been
and
playing
just
halal
farm an
Counter-Strike
insane rating.
for a year.
Exactly. He's been playing
Now he needs
Haram Ball.
some freedom.
He's been playing Haram Ball. He needs to go play some Halal Ball for
It's
M80
called
or
soccer.
something.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Literally, bro went to NRG and he just farms rating out there. It must be so fun.
This is what happens to basically any EU import to NA as well,
Yeah, except Slacks, 'cause
unless
he's fucking rubbish.
or sus. But you just get to run around.
How about and I don't know who you put him in for, but G2 TeSeS, I feel like he is kind of G2y. I don't know who you put him in for, but
well, you wouldn't like the answer, Elliot.
yeah,
so
well, I'm sure I would.
Pretend you didn't say that one.
Right, hang on. Malb's IGL era.
Can we move on now?
Let's talk about Nico. He had a rough final. He had a very rough final.
He tends to more often than not lately, which is
So
not
this
good.
is the thing, right? Because I brought this up because obviously there's the whole Choco thing, and Thorin was calling people like smooth-brained incels for saying it or whatever.
It's a bad name. There's better
But
ones.
it's kind of
Choco is stupid. Like, it is stupid. There are a lot of finals he has played exceptionally well in, including a major final.
They don't matter if you don't win though, do they? No
Wasn't he like?
No one remembers second
No,
place.
no, hang on. Wasn't he? Oh, you mean the one where he choked the eagle shot? Yeah, that one. Okay. Like I say, the Cloud9 one, he was terrible.
He played really well until the round where it mattered, when they could have won.
Yeah,
it.
he played really well until he lost the game.
Yeah. There's a lot more rounds in a map of Counter-Strike. 2 of them, in
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
only
Like,
one
but you can't say,
round.
he didn't choke. He only choked the one important round. Yeah, but he did choke. But he did. He missed a deagle shot that he would hit 100 times out of 100, like normally.
Right, it's a nonsense
Well,
point that I can't be
99
asked to
times
talk
out of
about.
100, inevitably.
But anyway, it's always been a bit of a stupid narrative until he joined Falcons. Honestly,
Well, until it was
I don't think
confirmed.
he's not been particularly good in finals on Falcons.
No,
Like
it's
a
not.
lot of important games on Falcons. Nico is the one struggling.
It's almost like he's just not got the bollocks for it, has he?
So I don't think he used to be a massive choker. He used to, but FaZe did choke quite a few finals. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't necessarily the one choke, but like FaZe did choke a lot of finals. He was poor in the last map of the major final that they obviously should have won. And then he now on Falcons is starting to choke in important games where I actually don't think he necessarily did before, but his teams often did, which obviously the G2 major final is not his fault, but when you're being called a choker and you have such a big moment like that where you visibly perform worse than you would normally, that is a task he can do. If he did that 1,000 times at home, I don't think he'd ever miss at home or in a group stage. But he did miss because it was a major final. And I understand that would happen to a lot of players. But when you have that sort of title and you do something like that, it's going to haunt you. Of course it.
Well,
Yeah,
this is
well,
the thing
that-
also, right? The major eluding him for so long, and I think we'll probably get to this as well during the major run-up, but being so close so many times and never doing it, that does stick with you. No matter how good your bloody sports therapist is, or how Balkan you are, and how minimal your emotions are, that does get to you, and it does probably eat away at him a little bit, because every major he doesn't win, he's not going to have infinite majors and mid chances. You know what I mean?
Well, I think this
So-
is the main thing with Nico at this point as to why. I actually think Nico might not win a major until he's an IGL.
Love it.
I think
Love that
something.
take.
I think something might change when he's an IGL, but I think at this point in his career, how his career is right now, Boston, Antwerp. Have I got that the right way around? I always get Antwerp and Stockholm the wrong way around.
Antwerp,
Stockholm. No, Stockholm.
is the one you
Stockholm.
chose.
Stockholm
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Navi. Yeah.
Yeah, Boston, Stockholm, Rio, and not being there.
Yeah.
Paris, and how that happened, and Austin, and how that happened. These are all things we all said for years about the mental damage Carrigan had from Boston, and then hilariously they lost Inferno in Copenhagen, kind of somewhat reinforced that, but also it only reinforced that if you decide you want it to, because cadiaN has won a lot since then.
Yeah, cadiaN has won a major. So
But we're
doesn't matter.
talking about 5 separate occasions that will be like seriously mentally damaging, and like I think that's why I think the IGL thing, because it's like taking charge of it in a different way when he becomes the IGL.
He needs to be anchor his way to a major. He like
Fallen
this
off,
Falcon.
he needs to do what Fallen
If
did.
look, literally, if there was ever a team Nico could be anchor his way to a major, it's a team with Monacy and Koyosuke, and probably soon Bit. Like, he actually could be anchor on this team, and it would be fine. Get rid of cadiaN and TeSeS, and he could be anchor on this team.
Okay,
and the IGL
so
would be fine.
we've obviously spoken a lot about Bit on Falcons, but let's say they were to get rid of cadiaN and Nico was to IGL. Who else would you add?
Zertian. Oh wait, no, Falcons.
Hang on. So you?
Why wouldn't you do that, Jack? Why wouldn't you do that? Talk to me about geopolitics.
So let me think. You've got Nico as in-game leader. I'm thinking he's probably more like an Apex than a like entry. So you probably need like a hard entry guy, right? You probably need a guy like TeSeS.
Well, you got Koyosuke who'll do most of the work.
Fits are Israeli. That's really bad.
Yeah, I mean Koyosuke can, but like I feel like he's probably in a few years their star rifler rather than their hard entry.
Why don't you get
like
Donk? Get Donk as well.
Yeah, fuck it.
Fuck it. Let's get Dunk. Yeah.
Fuck it.
All
Let's
right,
get
move
Donk.
on.
Fuck it. ZywOo as a rifler.
Who else played at Rivals for us to talk about then? We've done it now. We've got it.
Nothing else matters.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of nothing else
chaps.
matters. Like, I don't want to talk about Pain or Passion UA because they just don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, those two teams.
Vitality we talked about last week. They're a bit dodgy. Vitality Spirit was a great game.
That was a great game.
Filled with flaws, which kind of reinforced what we've been saying about both teams. But a great game to watch because of those flaws. Let's take a break and we'll go into something a little bit more lighthearted after this.
So, Jack, do you find it hard to keep up with all the news in Counter-Strike?
I do. I took a weekend off and I came back to 6 new IGLs, 3 retirements, and apparently Navi's Waterboy got picked up by a top 20 team.
Right. That's why I've been relying on the TLDR newsletter. It's a bi-weekly email that keeps you up to speed on everything in the CS scene, without needing to scroll Reddit for 3 hours while questioning your life choices.
Yeah, it's like if HLTV had a baby with your funniest friend who actually watches every game. You get quick hits of news, spicy roster moves, upcoming match schedules, and even some insider gossip. All killer, no filler.
And let's be honest, some of these tournament formats, you need a guide just to figure out who's playing who. TLDR breaks it all down, so you actually know what the hell's going on.
Plus, it's funny. Like, actually funny. It's like reading a group chat between smart CS fans who roast everything in sight, but still care deeply about the game.
So if your brain's full, but your heart still beats for Counter-Strike, do yourself a favour. Sign up for the TLDR newsletter. It's free, fast, and guaranteed to make you smarter. Or at least sound smarter in Twitch chat.
Check out the link down below and subscribe, because the only thing more tragic than missing a major upset is not even knowing it happened.
TLDR. You don't have time to read everything, but you still want to sound like you did.
Welcome to a new section of the podcast we're calling Go Dazed or No Dazed. This is where I know the answers, but our two other, my two co-hosts try and guess whether these are real or fake Dazed tweets. If you've not been up to date with Dazed, I don't necessarily recommend it. The guys.
Do you mean you don't
well,
recommend it? Yeah, fuck off. This is how I either, depending on the day, this is how I either start or finish my day. I go through Dazed tweets.
Okay, but then they would know all the answers and it would ruin the fun. First tweet from Go Days. I'd like to say I made all these screenshots, so all the numbers at the bottom are the same, so don't try and read into those. I haven't slept while Joe Biden is in the office, aka Sleepy Joe stealing all my sleep. In all caps. Is this a Go Dazed or a No Dazed?
When you say all the numbers, will they all say 12 p.m. June 1st, 2021?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because I created all of the screenshots, regardless of whether or not they're real.
Buzzing in, or how do we want to do this?
You can,
do we
you
say
can,
at the same
you
time?
can collude. I don't really mind.
I think maybe we collude, Jack. I want to say that the AKA, after all of the incredible Dazed Thoughts videos, is I think that's a ruse. I think that's been put there to make us
Yeah,
think it's real. I think this one is fake.
I've not seen many all caps Dazed tweets, so I'm going to say No Dazed.
Yeah, No Dazed.
Correct.
Come on!
This was a Dickel creation. We'll move on to number 2. 12, 59, 16. The numbers of my birthday.
This
I've seen this somewhere else. I feel like this is also No Dazed, and I don't want to give the context as to why, but it also could be Go Dazed. Jack, I'm gonna leave this one up to you.
it would be too obvious to have a No Dazed and a Go Dazed. So I'm going to say No Dazed again.
Correct. It is No Dazed. This was also that to me screams Dickel. As soon as I read that, so that's obviously Dickel. This one.
This is Go Dazed. I've seen this one. I'm pretty sure.
Final boss has joined the game. TikTok. This goes on forever. 99,999x combo. GG Barbs.
Could
Go Dazed.
in like a proper Mortal Kombat voice, Elliot, could I just get you to read out that line before GG Barbs again? I just want to hear it.
99,999x combo.
Yeah, that was
that's a Go Dazed.
Good.
That's big.
That's a Go Dazed.
That is a Go Dazed. Correct. You're 3 for 3 so far. Number 4. How to activate good supercomputer plus 72,375,678 tempo in the mind. 1 open good supercomputer.
I will say credit to Dickel because they've all seemed very, very much like Dazed tweets, which is why I asked him. But if I asked,
you asked Elliot. I asked Dickel.
If I asked ChatGPT, I sent him Dazed Twitter and said, "Generate me some tweets from this account." This is how they could look. So by that I mean it's very close.
I just feel like this one's a No Dazed, honestly.
But it's on brand, right? You can see how it could be.
Yeah, but it's also very on brand for Dickel.
I think for viewers and listeners, Dickel, former social manager for TLDR, is quite
and general mental case.
General menace to those around him. Does share some interest for Dazed. I'm not sure that's
he has a similar level of mental fortitude.
He enjoys salsa dancing and supercomputers, apparently. If you're saying No Dazed,
confident.
I'll also.
I just really feel like this one's a No Dazed.
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm out. Dragon's Den.
Yeah.
Fake is what Dick called it. It is a No Dazed.
Oh my god, 4 for 4.
Number 5. Now I'd like to cover. I didn't know quite how to make this one into the screenshot, so it's delete, and then there was a video of him talking to the camera saying, "No, I can't and I won't. I won't delete it all. I can't do it anymore."
He's done a lot of videos with him saying, "Delete this."
In that case, I'm just going to go Dazed based off the context.
It's either it's a good fake. It's a genuine fake or real. And honestly, I'm not that expensive, so I can't tell the difference. So I'll go Dazed.
It is a genuine fake. It is a fake ha. Again, I wasn't sure exactly how to. I couldn't screenshot it with a video because the video didn't exist. But even if it did, I would probably have written it like that anyway. Final one, number 6. Once evil SC supercomputer has barbarians' autonomy, they now have control over physical vessels.
This is Go
Their
Dazed.
evil supercomputer will control their every action. My theories, my opinions. I will let UIA decide. G64.
Go Dazed. No questions. No notes.
Correct.
Even Dickel isn't that fucked in the head.
I'm disappointed that we couldn't get the clean sheet, but you know.
Yeah.
It was difficult because it was the video curveball. You guys are Go Dazed aficionados, it turns out. I
Let
hope
us know how you got on, viewers.
I hope your ears are cleansed after that long chat about whatever the hell we were talking about.
That was good. We need to do that again.
That was fun.
That was
fun.
bit.
But the problem is, you guys spent too long on this.
Oh, what if we do it with Chris J? Should we do it with Chris
sick.
J next?
Or sick.
Just scary images. Did they come from Obo's Twitter or not?
Yeah, you could do it with a bunch of pros, couldn't you? Right, we'll move on. We got a couple of other small stories to talk about really before the end of this podcast. Because it's on screen, we'll do this one first. ZywOo, PGL CEO, tweeted this out. So several CS2 Tier 1 events in 2026 won't take place as they missed the deadline for announcing the additional details. None of the Star Ladder CS2 Tier 1 events in 2026 will take place. The same applies to 2 of the 3 Fisher CS2 Tier 1 events in 2026, Playground 4 and Playground 5. So far, there has been no Star Ladder announcement for any Tier 1 event in 2027.
Which is interesting, right? Considering, Producer Charlie, if you click on the next tab you have open, hours later, Star Ladder posted this.
Yeah. I'm putting on my I Love Rules hat and doing a ZywOo cosplay. Just shut the hell up, man. It's all he does is tweet about how everyone else is rubbish and evil. All he says is, we pay people so fast, which is good. That's great.
Which, by the way, is the next tweet on his account.
But when that's your main redeeming quality, is that you pay people the money they're owed a bit sooner than other people, and that everyone else, their events are not happening. Like, he said it with full chest. Not that Star Ladder and Fisher have not announced their events yet. Will they take place? ? Which I would say is a reasonable question. He's declared that they're not happening, and I just think it's so self-righteous, cringe, and bold.
Well, this is my issue with it, right? It's like, why the fuck is he doing that? Like, why is he there just making these statements about other TOs? Like, so we discussed this in TLDR staff channels during the week, and our overlord was speaking about, ESL monopolising Counter-Strike, which just isn't true, by the way. And how
although you
ESL...
can still get ESL Monopoly from the ESL shop, the board game.
Didn't know that was a thing. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you know how ESL have constantly undermined PGL or some other fucking bullshit that also isn't fucking true. So what the fuck is that tweet? Like, why is that deemed to be something acceptable? Because this isn't acceptable, by the way. This isn't someone taking a photo of a fucking HLTV award medal, which is perfectly fine to do, by the way, just to be clear.
Do you mean the CS2 News EN MVP?
I do, yes.
That was so fucking
Sponsored by
Gamdom
and whoever else, I don't know.
Bindle.
Yeah.
Team Falcons.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you have thoughts on this, Elliot, but I know me and Jack have spoke about it. Like, I really don't think it's okay that a different, like, he is the CEO of PGL, and he's tweeting about Star Ladder and Fisher events not happening. Like, that's just not okay. There's no communication on that.
There is. I even before I had very limited time to care about the ins and outs of Counter-Strike, there are a few things I could not care about. I couldn't care about the different HUDs that different companies use. That used to wind me up. People talk about that. I couldn't really give a shit about
some of them are
formats.
very ugly though.
Yeah, I don't care. I couldn't really give a shit about tournament formats, and I absolutely 100% could not give a shit about tournament organizer drama. I just don't fucking care. Just wind your fucking neck in and shut up.
The bigger issue though is that no other TO has a mouthpiece or a person, right? Like EFG has Uli and Mark Winther, right? They generally will post things and answer questions.
What's his name? The Polish fella.
Carmack as well, yeah, Michał.
Carmack, yeah.
The people, but they're not dunking on other TOs. They're normally just
they will only ever talk about their own
questions or providing clarity to press releases and stuff, right? Which I think is fine. but again, they're not like industry figures they are obviously, and they're paramount to the scene, but they're not. Their brand is not what they do, and they're also not the CEOs. They're like the product managers of stuff, right? Where it's like it's the community sentiment is like their direct responsibility in a way, right? This guy's like meant to be like running the whole business, and
He's
seems
the
to spend more time
CEO
on
of
Twitter
talking shit.
pooping on everyone else. And again, bringing it up again, PGL's bio is innovative esports company, which I just think is like so unimaginative, especially when their broadcast hasn't developed in the last 2 years since they came back.
Sorry, I just like to say how ironic it is that you're saying, other TOs shouldn't be shitting on each other while ESL employees, PGL aren't that innovative. Grow up. Move on.
But I'm not, whatever.
You're the mouthpiece of ESL now, I'm afraid.
If I am, we're losing a lot of money, probably.
What that mouth do. Let's move on to 100 Thieves. Messioso has been named head of CS operations, and he wants to get the best possible players that suit us. I mean, that is literally your job. That is, if I had to describe what a head of CS operations has to do, it is get the best possible players that suit them.
Yeah, obviously.
And read VRS rule books, which he does.
Obviously, he then upset NA fans or something. They probably got upset. Their NA fans are all piss babies, because he was asked about NA teams, because wildcards seem to be blowing up again, which is unsurprising because
they should get a player from wildcard.
Show. They should probably get Fuzzy.
I'm glad you agree with me, because they definitely should. Game Illusion, Core, and Fuzzy, and that's a really good team. Anyway.
Where Messioso basically said to put words into his mouth, the NA region ain't shit, and I'm not going to prop them up when they're bad.
Yeah, he said bye bitches as soon as he left Cole, and he was like, "Thank fuck, I'm gonna deal with that dumpster fire anymore."
Yeah, basically.
I cannot believe
Elliot's still processing the Fuzzy suggestion.
I can't believe Sam has agreed that they should sign Fuzzy.
How many AWPers are available that, like, we know for a fact can hang at tier 1?
Olzer. I'm telling you,
he can hang his nuts on Morrissey's chin.
Look,
I obviously
he could. Yeah, I mean, like
Charlie, he can't hang at tier 1. He actually is just bad at tier 1.
Like, I quite like Fuzzy, but
got a holiday with him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm putting aside the fact that I like him as a guy.
I mean, he'd still be like my fourth choice.
He's like okay as an AWPer.
He'd be like my fourth choice, but he's safe.
I'm also I'm just sort of a bit baffled by Jack calling them a really good team if they sign the Game Illusion, Core, and Fuzzy. Based on what?
Yeah. You're getting rid of the worst bit of Game Illusion, which is their AWPer.
Yeah.
You are getting an AWPing upgrade.
AWPing upgrade.
You are.
And then you've got Rain, who's going to have hands, probably be a decent IGL. He's played the game for like 57 years, so it'd be fun.
You've got a brand...
100 Thieves aren't winning anything, but it'll be a fun team. It'll be a team I think people will want to get behind.
Yeah, but that's very different to them being a really good team.
Well, I guess it depends on what you want to call really good.
Which is what matters.
Right, okay.
Anyway.
All right, fine. Yeah, I'd accept
if they sell
that.
jerseys and clothing, which is what
matters. Remember that 100 Thieves is a clothing brand.
Yeah.
It's not an esports organisation. But I mean, like, I guess that's the relative term of really good, isn't it? Like, if they're consistently getting tier 1 invites, are they really good? Probably.
Yeah, I mean, fine.
Better than Hottie.
When I hear
not,
really
not
good team,
bait.
When I hear a really good team, especially from one of you two, I'm not thinking, oh yeah, Game Illusion with Fuzzy. Anyway, speaking of AWP upgrades on really good teams, OG signed cadiaN. Why? Why did you do this?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about them signing Flammers. We talked about them signing Flammers before, didn't we? This was confirmed this week that OG cadiaN, and it just
is going to be bad, isn't it?
So I've been writing something for a project that's not yet live, where I talked about this, and my sort of devil's advocate argument was that this OG team is closer to the sort of teams that cadiaN has been good on than the teams he's been bad on. He's been really bad on teams with big egos, big names, like players who aren't like malleable. He was good on Rogue. He was good on Heroic, where like they didn't really have these sort of standout big names, and he was shit on North
Until they developed egos and stabbed him in the back.
Exactly right. He was shit on North. He was shit on Liquid. Everyone shit on Liquid. Everyone shit on North. Whatever. And he wasn't very good on Astralis. But like OG more resembles the teams he's actually been good on. But
wait, was cadiaN on North? Did I just forget that?
Yeah, he was.
After TeSeS London.
After North nearly lost to Rogue to qualify for the major.
So before Heroic, okay. He was there for like a year, right?
Yeah. He replaced MSL for a bit, and then MSL came back and... No, this was after MSL AWPed, so they needed an AWP PGL who was Danish.
Wasn't he benched for a long part of that year?
Quite possibly. He wasn't very good on North. But, like, again, nobody won. That was my sort of devil's advocate argument. But the problem is that he just isn't very good on CS2. Like, he just can't AWP.
Yeah.
And he's like his whole system that he was good with relies on him AWPing.
Well, he's also playing in... I think ZywOo and the amount that other...
It's better than it.
Tier 1 AWPers actually AWP
Whoa.
shows that AWPing is maybe less important in Tier 1. I think AWPing is very important in Tier 2 and 3. Where you're not getting flashed as much, and you're not having a Molotov thrown at every angle you can fucking play, AWPing becomes
it's
considerably more powerful.
We're finding more star player AWPers, like your Molodoys, for example, in these sort of Tier 2 teams than we are riflers, because they stand out way more as well.
Okay, but like, you're saying AWPing isn't as important in Tier 1. I know what you're saying, because ZywOo rifles a lot, Modesty rifles a lot. The top 3 AWPers in the world, let's say the top 4 AWPers in the world, are on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 6th ranked teams. It's pretty important.
Is that because every team has an AWPer? What do you mean?
Okay, but there's no team with a mediocre AWPer who's.
I don't think either of us are saying that it's not important.
You said it's not as important at Tier 1, and I'm not sure that's true.
I don't think it is as important at Tier 1 as it is at Tier 2.
I'm not
to have a good AWPer. No, it's just every team needs to have a good AWPer.
Yeah.
I think the difference between Tier 2 teams could be the AWPer, right?
And of course, the best teams have the best AWPers. Like, okay?
Yeah, but so it's still incredibly important then, because you need to have the best AWPer to be the.
Yes, but these two things can coexist, Elliot.
Yeah, but it's still incredibly important.
But it didn't.
Yeah.
So
it's just as important.
I said it's not as important as Tier 2.
But it is.
I don't
Demonstrably.
think it is. Really don't think it is.
Oh, bless me. I didn't mute in time. I'm obviously having an allergic reaction to this discussion, so I think we can move on.
Like,
who else are
Tier 1 teams, but Tier 1 teams build around rifle stars now. More than they do AWP stars.
They should start building around porn stars.
Where
and then we'll have
Tier
really
2 teams, Tier 2 teams don't do that because the AWP is still so much stronger in Tier 2. It's why Tier 2 AWPers struggle when they go up to Tier 1. That's why having a good AWPer is more important.
Where are you calling Tier 2?
The teams like generally outside of the Tier 1.
Ranking 6 onward.
But like where do you cut that off? Because a pain Tier 2.
No.
No.
I'd say 20. Gentlemates and below, or below gentlemates.
Yeah, it's somewhere between 18 to 24.
Okay. I mean, even then, I'm not sure I entirely agree. Like, you've still got teams like M80 are not built around their AWPer, Tyloo are not built around their AWPer, B8 are not built around their AWPer, Fnatic are not built around their AWPer, NIPR, fair enough.
Yeah.
BetBoom, couldn't tell
Fnatic
you.
put a lot
don't
into
pretend to
Jambo.
know.
Yeah, Magnagers is their best player.
Fnatic put a lot into Jambo, Nip put a lot into Wrinkle. But what
they
I'm
do,
saying
but they're also
is like,
they're clearly built around Blame It.
Like,
Is that
what I
the
mean
MF
more
team,
is
I'm not sure that's
the
a
point.
big
The point where you're playing majority of your time in online games against the type of opposition that me and you don't give a fuck to be able to name.
You mean?
Right, like Inner Circle played an event and did okay, and I still don't know what any of the fuckers are, because like they instantly go back out of my brain when they're not at an event.
Yeah.
Like when you're in these type of games, you do get flashed less, you do get Molotov less.
Yeah, of course.
It's the reason why Nika Doz is so good at that level, and is crap at tier 1. So it's more important to have someone who can fuck people's throats.
I actually think it's less important then, because there's no flashbangs. You don't actually need to be any good. It's actually less important. Smooyah can do it. You can just sign
Smooyah.
Smooyah.
Have to be able to hit the shots.
Do we think it's awful? It's not that
do we think also it being more online at tier 2 has an effect?
Yeah, of course.
Online does benefit riflers because the extra peak is advantage.
But then I'm saying the difference an AWPer makes online, right? An AWPer who's good online is going to do more than.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's OG's pick? Who are they going to get? Because it's not CYPHER apparently.
Yeah, they're apparently practicing with CYPHER. This is our last story of the day. So CYPHER apparently was practicing with OG, which they tweeted out being like, it was nice to practice with you, I guess, after he joined 500, which is
Campus.
How do we always end up talking about this fucking team?
What, like,
this is the third or fourth podcast we've done this on now.
CYPHER, man, I like you, but you do have a thing for the deadest of teams, man. You are a proper necrophiliac. This is a fucking horrendous decision. What are you doing? What are you? I like.
Well,
you, but stop making decisions like this.
At least it's only on loan until the end of the season.
Yeah, but come on. I know we all know what that means.
Well,
the 500 obviously 500 is a gambling site, right? Do they just have like mad money?
Probably.
Oh right. Does this team scream mad money to assemble?
Yeah, this is like they built Galacticos here.
No,
the Galacticos of 2016. Fucking Circ is their AWPer. Oh yeah,
Galacticos.
tier 2. You need a great AWPer in tier 2. We got fucking Circ.
Galacticos, otherwise known as the players stuck in Cirque's orbit.
What I'm saying is, OG probably have a better chance of being a good team, which is said with gritted teeth while Caden's there. But if Fabio said play for 3 months, we'll give you like I don't know, 50.
It's probably just Volt's probably just Steam.
Pay for Christmas.
Do you remember how fun it was when we won games?
Yeah,
he's gone. Yeah,
it's probably also that. Didn't he play with Hampus before as well? Or am I tweaking?
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
He's been on like every team.
Was it?
He's been on every dog shit team you could think. Yeah, he did. You're right. Yeah, so he's played with a couple of them before. He's probably done his mates a favour. He's probably playing for free. Yeah, man, I like you, CYPHER. This is poor. Please stop making moves like
It is good that they've managed to, like 500 have managed to recreate Patsy and Rainwaker.
They have.
Goodbye, Patsy. Patsy too.
I tell you what, it's actually impressive to create a team that is 78th ranked on Valve's ranking, and I've heard of all 5 of their players. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've created an extremely bad team out of players I've heard.
That's made me want to do something now. What's the lowest I can go and I've heard of all 5 players?
Yeah, like, is there anyone worse than this where I've actually heard of them?
X Inner Circle is 72. That's like old 9, but with Kraz now. I need to go past 500,
Okay, I've heard of all the GG How players, but I shouldn't have. That doesn't really count.
Metasport are 82.
Neelan is on a...
Metasport are 82.
Hang on. 93. We talked about this team before. Bird from Sky, Chaos, Captain Kirker, and Burmilov.
Okay, Nemesis.
98, Nemesis. Although I only know who they are. Well, this is the thing. I only know who they are because I follow Nemesis.
I just like to say, 9 Boom Pro are 95th in the world on Valve rankings, and they've got Zorti, Axel, Flammus, and Shalfie.
A lot. Yeah,
that's
good team.
That's like a lot of firepower for the team 95th in the world.
I was going to say
that
the old Passion
110
is still listed. Yeah.
Also, on Valve rankings, Big are 106th.
Yeah.
So, but,
I think,
it's impressive to create a bad team when you've heard of all 5 of their players. I felt like.
I think Amcal might be the one because that's their genuine ranking, and I have to.
It's Amcal. Oh no, Hotu are lower down.
Rooster.
Oh wait, no, that's a different version of Hotu. Fucking, what is
Someone-
this a
they
thing?
need to-
Just
yeah,
remove
sort that
the
out.
old version.
I've seen 3
Ooh.
bet clicks as well, man. It's fucking silly.
Oh, you could also cheat and pick an impact roster.
That is cheating, and I don't condone that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't say
well,
fairer than that. I mean, it's got to the point where we're scrolling down HOTV looking for bad teams. I think it's probably time we wrap this thing up.
What's
It's time
that?
to go.
No, don't
It's
do that
time
again.
to
I
go.
didn't like
Wrap-
it. Don't
wrap
do that
this
again.
thing up. Wrap this thing up. You got anything else to say? I don't.
I have. Yeah, I wanted to have a closing statement, but I'm not clever enough to come up with one. So yeah, in the world of in the world of Counter-Strike perverts, right? You got the stats, you got the soft dons, and you got the
And roll the outro.
Where-
Sorry, carry on. Carry on. Sorry, I had to do
What
it.
kinks does Cirque have?
Fuck off. Right, I've been Sam, he's been Elliot, he's been Jack, Charlie's done some editing, James has made a thumbnail, we're fucking off, farewell.